What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Darian and I am the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good and I love to smell amazing. Today I want to do something which will be my second installment of a series that I started. It's called My Top 5. In the first edition of My Top 5, I talked about my top 5 Creed fragrances. And today I'm going to kind of carry along that same tradition and I'm going to talk about my top 5 fragrances from another niche house that I'm coming to really like a whole lot, which is the House of Amouage. The House of Amouage was established in the year of 1983 by the Sultan of Oman. The House of Amouage, they use ingredients that are from the Middle East in their perfumes and in their fragrances. And a lot of these ingredients are of the native land from the Middle East, which we're looking at things like spices, musk, oud, frankincense, rose, and things of that nature. So with that being said, again, I'm going to go ahead and jump into my top 5 fragrances from the House of Amouage. My first disclaimer is that I have not smelled all of these fragrances. Of course, I will readily admit that. But from the ones that I've had a chance to put my nose on, the ones I've had a chance to smell, and the ones that I have in my collection, I'm going to give you my top 5. Now, as customary here on the Bowtie Fragrance Guy station, if you have not, for some strange reason, I don't know what that would be at this point, but if for some strange reason you haven't hit that like and subscribe button on some of my other videos, go ahead and take a moment to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on future content that I'll be releasing from this channel. I really would appreciate it. I'll go ahead and give you more. Okay, that's enough time. Hopefully you took a moment and went on ahead and hit that subscribe button. So, if you want to see what my top 5 fragrances were that I chose from the House of Amouage, I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with my number 5 fragrance from the House of Amouage. The number 5 fragrance on my list, there was one that really caught my attention. I got a sample of it initially, and from the sample, when I initially smelled it, I said I have to have a bottle of this in my collection. And this one is the Masculine Rose fragrance, and that's none other than Lyric Man. Lyric Man from the House of Amouage, this is my number 5 fragrance of my top 5. I really like this one. It has incense, which is again pretty much customary in Amouage fragrances. You'll find incense in most of the offerings from this house. But again, I just really like the way the rose is done in this offering. You have rose, you have lime, you have bergamot, and of course the incense kind of helps to darken things up and make it more masculine, so that's really appealing for me. I'm not the biggest fan of unisex type fragrances, so when I found a rose-based fragrance that had a masculine twist to it, it was definitely one that caught my attention and one that I really grown to enjoy. So coming in at number 5, this is Lyric Man. Coming in at number 4, if for nothing else, I would have purchased this fragrance based on the bottle, based on the presentation alone. I love the way the bottle looks on this one, but I'm very happy to report that what's on the inside of this bottle is just as good as what's on the outside. Coming at number 4 from the House of Amouage is Journeyman. Journeyman has this maroon front here, and it has gold along the sides here, and it says Journeyman. Just a very beautiful presentation. This one features notes of tobacco leaves, incense, as well as tonka bean, and one of the major players in this is Sichuan pepper. So this one is very spicy, but at the same time sweet and creamy, and that's what I really like about this. When I read the note breakdown and I saw that it had tobacco in it, I saw that it had tonka bean in it, and I really wanted to see how that mixed with that Sichuan pepper. Sichuan pepper is a very spicy pepper, so if you don't like spicy fragrances, you may not get with this one, but I'm telling you, give it a try. Again, it comes off very, very spicy in the beginning, but then as it starts to dry down, you get some florals and the tobacco, and then you get that creamy sandalwood and tonka bean mixed for a very, very beautiful offering. I love rocking this one in the fall. Number 4 is Journeyman. Coming in at number 3, they call this one the Blue Beast. And I think that's a very appropriate name for this fragrance. We're talking about Interlude Man, the Blue Beast. Beautiful bottle, as with all Amouage fragrances, but it's called a Blue Beast because this fragrance lasts for a long, long time. 1 or 2 sprays is all you need. You're good to go for 10 plus hours. This one features oregano, pimento, myrrh, and leather. This fragrance is extremely smoky, and I mean really, really, really smoky. The oregano in this is one of the notes that you're going to see that's going to play a major role in what you get out of this from start to finish. And the oregano in this, to me, smells like, well, I'll give you a hint. Those of you familiar with Dr. Dre, he made an album back in the year, I think it was around 2000, called The Chronic. Yeah, this kind of smells like that. It does. The oregano in this, that's what it gives off. So it's smoky. It gives off that kind of burnt, smoky sensation. But what I love about it is as it starts to dry down, the oregano kind of goes to the background. And so what comes across is very, very smoky and strong in the beginning. It starts to dry down to something that's kind of a little bit creamy and sweet. This has frankincense and myrrh, and also has leather in this. So those notes play very, very well with the oregano note in this fragrance. So again, beautiful, very, very sexy and seductive fragrance from the house of Amouage. The number 3 fragrance on this list is the Blue Beast. My number 2 fragrance from the house of Amouage is the Jubilant fragrance. This is a fragrance that I reserve for special occasions only. It has a plethora of notes in it, too many for me to name, but the major players in this are blackberry, honey, myrrh, and oud. I'm talking about none other than Jubilation 25. The only downside to this fragrance is, again, sometimes it's kind of hard to find the right occasion to wear this fragrance. But again, I say, you know, if you like what you like, wear what you want to wear. But I reserve this one again for special occasions. If you like notes like blackberry, notes like honey, then you will absolutely love this fragrance right here. It's kind of smoky, but at the same time it's sweet, it's kind of fruity, it's kind of floral. There's all kind of stuff going on in here. But that's what makes it so great, because the notes are blended so well in this fragrance. Number 2, Jubilation 25. And coming in at number 1, of course this probably won't be a surprise to most of you. I picked this fragrance as number 1 because of the versatility. Whereas most of the fragrances from Amouage lean to that kind of darker, more resinous side, this one is a little bit more light and more of a floral fragrance. So my number 1 fragrance from the house of Amouage is none other than Reflection Man. The major players in Reflection Man are Rose de Mai, jasmine, neroli, and a very, very rich, creamy sandalwood. This fragrance I've heard many times compared to Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. I don't really get that comparison too much, maybe slightly, but I think this is, of course, a far superior fragrance. It doesn't smell a whole lot like Le Male to me, but I really, really like what this fragrance does on its own. Again, the most versatile offering from the house, in my humble opinion. It's really it's classified as a woody floral musk. It has a host of white floral notes in this, again with that creamy sandalwood. Very, very easy to wear fragrance. It's very, very versatile. You can dress it up, down, and wear it just about across all seasons, in my opinion. So the versatility of this one is what led me to give it my number 1 spot from the house of Amouage. And guess what? This is the one I was happy to get of all my Amouage fragrances that doesn't have the magnetic cap. So this is an older offering. Beautiful fragrance to wear. Number 1, Reflection Man. Okay guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you really enjoyed my second installment of the My Top 5 series that I'll be bringing you from my station. as I always say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. Why? The bow tie fragrance guy. I love to look good, and I love to smell amazing. So until next time, keep looking good and keep smelling even better. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.